Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of the Film Review with Daniel Harms. We're going to do the offense today. And for those of you that are new to the channel, make sure you're hitting that sub, the like, and the bell notification. Bell notifications for your benefit so you know when we put anything up. Obviously, the like helps us out a lot, so please go ahead and hit that now. I know some of you get tired of the spiel, but we got to do it for the new people. So go ahead and do that right now. And right today, we're going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the offense, like I mentioned. And I want to start with Mecole Hardman. We had a few things, about how his development was going and why they weren't using him in multiple different ways before the Jets game. And I would like to just kind of throw out there that we don't really know if they're going to continue to use him that way. This was the first time they've used him in multiple different ways, running up multiple curl routes. He did a couple crossers, um, kind of like a release slant to the inside on an RPO. He was used on an RPO in this game, and also a drag route. So I just want to show a little bit about what he did in this game, and these are his catches against the Jets. Obviously, this one right here is that touchdown. Anything in green is yards after the catch, as you can see here. So yeah, we have a curl route here, almost a curl route here. This is actually a really interesting route that he ran, this curl route inside. If you want a breakdown of that, I wrote a piece over at arrowheadguys.com about the Chiefs offense and this route from him, more of a mental aspect I broke down in depth. So if you want that, you can go read that over there. And these are his drops, I believe, these incomplete routes, the two drops that he had in this game. So let's go ahead and go back because we're going to talk about that touchdown. And so one thing I want you guys to watch is outside of, here, let me just bring some attention to it. Outside of this defender right here, I want you to watch the heads of this guy and pretty much, and this guy too. So these two are actually going to be keyed on the play, but watch everybody else in this play. This is one of the things that misdirection and scheme does to a defense is they don't really know where the ball is going to be. And one thing that this touch pass does on these types of plays is it hides where the ball is. And if you've got a quarterback like Mahomes who really is trying to sell it, you can see exactly the kind of thing that we're talking about in terms of where the ball is, and it's hard to see because you have no idea that the ball is being tossed right there to Mecole Hardman. So we're going to go a little bit forward to right here. And now watch everybody, except for obviously these two guys. It's hard to tell, but he is looking at Mecole Hardman on this jet sweep motion. But everybody else is watching Patrick Mahomes, what he's going to do. And what that's going to create is obviously this entire window space here for Hardman to work through. They're going to get out on some blocks here, and we're going to go through it. It's way too late by the time this linebacker realized where the football is. But, right here is the exact moment that I knew that Mecole Hardman was going to score. The deep safety out to the right here cannot get back to the play. This safety is not doing a very good job at all. You have your corner has to be responsible for the outside, the edge as it would be. So you need to come down here to get in Mecole Hardman's face and try to do everything you can to break up this play. So he's just kind of sitting there. And right there, he takes himself out of the play completely by stopping. He stops his feet, and that's what's going to allow Hardman to get in there for that touchdown. And again, Mecole Hardman, again, a great job with the speed and using those angles when he sees the open field to get into there and go to the end zone. But first off, Patrick Mahomes does a really, really good job of selling the fake. You watch him at the end; he's just kind of sitting there with the foot, with just he doesn't even move. And then they finally realize that the football's gone. They don't know where it is. They got to find it. This safety is still looking at Clyde, or is that could be Le'Veon Bell. I can't really see the number right there, but he's still looking at the running back in the backfield to just figure out where the football is. And obviously, everyone else for the Chiefs knows that Hardman's got this, and this is just really, really bad job from this safety. You got to come downhill, like I said, and get this ball carrier and allow your defense to do a better job. So this was a game from Hardman I think that they really needed to have in terms of his usage. They finally used him a little bit differently. That was a really, really good way to, one, get him involved in the offense quickly, allow him to score, build that confidence in the game. And they went back to him a lot. He had 7 receptions in this game and 2 drops. So he had 9 plus targets in this game. That's something that we kind of assumed was going to happen when Sammy Watkins went down. And it just didn't turn out that way. I will give it to the Chiefs receivers though. Each one of them has had different ways they've impacted games. Demarcus Robinson has stepped up. He had a pretty good game too, over 60 yards receiving and a touchdown. Really, really nice touchdown grab. So they did a good job of manufacturing, how to replace Sammy Watkins. And now I think it's time to get to the bread and butter of this and scoring touchdowns was Tyreek Hill in this game. And this was kind of coming for a long time. I think they needed to get Tyreek involved in the game because they weren't using him a whole lot and they didn't necessarily have to. So he's going to run this double move, and it's going to be just a corner and then post. And I've seen on Twitter some things about this being likened to Wasp. It is not Wasp. They did not use a double move on Wasp. Tyreek Hill was aligned to the left, and he was essentially running this over route with an outward break. So this is different. It's an actual double move, and it's designed to be a touchdown shot here. And they did it right after Tommy Townsend had that first down pass on the fourth down punt. I know we all loved watching that. So there's one thing I want you guys to watch really quickly before I get this play going. We're going to watch it and come back through, is just the way that the defense is essentially split down this hash mark right here. So just watch that as it goes through. And I'm going to come back and break it down because I think it's kind of a cool thing to witness how Mahomes is able to manipulate defenses and separate them from each other. So again, we're gonna see Tyreek Hill go on that double move here, and the way that he's able to break off this safety right here is he's just the best double move route runner in the entire NFL. And the way that they've just constructed the offense to do this is really, really impressive. So we're gonna stop it here, and then I'm gonna go through this really quickly here. And so we've got Byron Pringle right here, who's going to run an exceptional, really, really nice outward hooking curl route. Travis Kelce is going to run almost a dig, but he's going to stop and come back to the football. And then Demarcus Robinson is going to the flat, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire is going to this opposite flat. And then that just is going to leave Tyreek Hill on an island by himself. So in essence, what this does is it draws everyone to the middle of the field or this opposite side of the hash mark. And then you leave Tyreek Hill, 1-on-2, 1-on-1 really, because this defender has to cede some area to the flat to the flat receiver. And it's just going to essentially be 1-on-1 with the corner or the safety. When you're able to essentially isolate a guy like Tyreek Hill on this play right here, and this is what I'm talking about. You've got all of these defenders with this box player coming back to essentially form this cover three. He's got no idea, one, where the football is going because he's got to get back to his deep third position. So he doesn't know what he's going to be able to do, where he's going to be covering. So again, you have this separation of the field, and that's going to allow he knows he has a touchdown. And this is where we get into the intricacies of how Mahomes does it, because not only is he building this up, he knows that Tyreek Hill is running that route, obviously, and he's going to be able to manipulate the defense right here. He's going through routes on the left side of the field. He doesn't even really need to go through his reads per se, because as long as he keeps eyes on the left side of the field right here, you see the defense looking at Patrick Mahomes. They all think the ball's coming to the left. So they're going to flow with the traffic. And that's when he comes back, uncorks this to the right to Tyreek Hill for a huge touchdown on that double move. So the way that he's able to manipulate defenses with his eyes showed up time and time again in this game. And he was moving Jets defenders from right to left. He was doing whatever he wanted to. It was just an incredible thing to see. He also added a few pump fakes in there to really draw defenders, which was really, really fun. And I hope to see them use that a little bit more. And now we're going to talk a little bit about Travis Kelce, because also I wrote this on Arrowhead Guys earlier this week. He's on a historic pace to have one of the top 4-3 seasons ever had by a tight end in terms of yards, and touchdowns. He could feasibly break the tight end record for receiving yards in a season again this year, and he's on pace for 12 touchdowns, which is the most in his career. So he's doing things, obviously to set another 1,000-yard season, 5 straight. So he's having some incredible run. It's just kind of going unnoticed by the NFL. So we're going to talk a little bit about him and this little fun attempt at isolating him. With Clyde Edwards-Helaire moving from right to back into the backfield, and no one following him, that does give Patrick Mahomes the confirmation that they're in zone coverage. Now the Jets are disguising this, what ends up being quarters coverage. So you've got essentially four defenders here and covering each quarter of the field deeply. Then you're going to have defenders here. So that means that there's no real flat coverage on either side from the defense. So what their Chiefs are going to do is, since they know that this guy's got to run with Tyreek Hill, they essentially want to double him. He's just going to run down the field, clear it out completely with no flat defender. They know that Travis Kelce can run this out route and be wide open in the intermediate part of the field. And again, when you attack, areas of the field, with players like this, you can isolate matchups, and that's what they do a very, very good job of doing in these types of games where, let's just call it what it is. The Jets defense is not very good, and they don't have any way of stopping this. So you're going to see Travis Kelce just isolate himself one-on-one with the linebacker. He's going to win right out the gate. And then this is really what I want to talk about with Travis Kelce, because watch right there. He doesn't really take big hits. Now, he's going to come into 3 Jets defenders, but he's going to move his body out of the way right there. So not only does he go over a defender, allows his legs to come up, but he then maneuvers his shoulder pads around so that he's not taking direct hits in any way, shape, or form on this play. So the way that he's been able to extend his career by, even though he's still one of the best yards after catch tight ends and threats in the NFL, he does it by not seeking out too much contact all the time. He still does seek out contact at times when he knows that he needs to get, a first down or whatnot. So just the ability that he's got to just find areas in the field and then manipulate after the catch is so incredible. And the way that he's, like I said, making his career last longer by avoiding really, really big hits, because he could have gotten laid out on this play by 2 different Jets defenders, and they wanted to take shots. You can see this guy going low on him right here, and instead he finds a way to get out of it and allows him to absorb a lot of that throw, to that motion. So he's just been such an incredible player for so long in the NFL, and it's just time that we recognize that he's just that good. And I really like to see the offensive line do a little bit of better job in this game. I know that the Jets don't have a whole lot of threats in terms of pass rush, but this is actually interesting. I wanted to mention it, that Patrick Mahomes moves on the snap from right to left. You're going to see it right here. He takes the snap and he moves to his left after the play fake, and that also moves the defense. So they do a lot of these where they, bootleg him out, but you're going to see 46 in this linebacker here move with Patrick Mahomes, which frees him up too. So that's just kind of fun right there. But the Chiefs offensive line had a pretty good day against the Jets. Quinnen Williams flashed a few times. They had some pressures here and there, but again, they did a good job of letting Mahomes find quick ways to get the ball out. And again, we get to see Travis Kelce just do what he does after the catch and maneuver his body around, which is really, really fun. So again, they did a really good job in this game, isolating matchups and Mahomes using his eyes to get everybody open all the time, all day. He was just unconscious, and against one of the worst pass defenses in the NFL, that's kind of what you expect. So I appreciate you guys' time today. I hope this was fun for you. I'm trying to learn more about different route combinations and things like that. So we're all going to learn together, I hope. So I appreciate you guys' time again, and I hope you have a great day.
Thanks for watching this video from the team at RGR Football. Click these videos to see more and subscribe to RGR Football.